Okay, we're problem solving with proportions today. Problem number 9 says an architect built a model of a 220-foot tall building she is designing. The model is 25 inches tall and 10 inches wide. How wide is the actual building? So what we're comparing here, if we want to set up a ratio table, we're comparing height to width. The 220-foot tall building, so the height is 220. We don't know the width. That's what we're trying to find. So that's our unknown x. But we have the ratio of height to width for the model. The model is 25 inches tall and 10 inches wide. And so if we can set up a proportion comparing height to width, and then properly assign the variable to the width of the actual building, then we can just set up a proportion directly from our table, because the proportion looks exactly like the table, 220 over 25 is equal to x over 10. Now we've solved lots of proportions like this, so you can set up an equation using cross products, or maybe you see some other method to identify x. Try to do that during the pause and come back and see how you did.
Paused.
Okay, I'm going to use the cross product equation to solve this. 220 multiplied by 10 is equal to 25 multiplied by x, which is just 25x. 220 multiplied by 10 is 2,200, and that's equal to 25x. But I don't want to know what 25x's are. I want to know what 1x is, because 1x is x, and I can undo the multiplying by 25 by dividing by 25. But I have to do it to the other side also, property of equality. Then I'll get 1x equals this quotient, 2200 divided by 25. There's 0 25s and 2, there are 0 25s and 22. There are 4 25s and 100, so there must be 8 25s and 200. 8 multiplied by 25 is 200. Subtract and I get a difference of 20. Bring down this 0, and again there's another 8 25s and 200. Remainder of 0, so x equals 88. And if you were wondering about the units, here we had inches and here we had inches. As long as I think about the units for this row, it's feet here, so this must be feet. So 88 feet would be the height, or I'm sorry, the width of the actual building. And so does that make sense? The width is less than half of the height here. This width is less than half of this height, because half of this height would be 110. Do something to make sure your answer seems reasonable before you decide it's your final answer, or while you're checking your work. Another thing we could have done is simplified this fraction, because there's a common factor of 5 here. 25 divided by 5 is 5. 220 divided by 5 is 44. And sometimes when you simplify one of your fractions in your proportion, it will reveal a really easy scale factor, like this scale factor of 2. And if you apply that scale factor of 2, you'd see 44 times 2 is 88. So if you can simplify a fraction in your proportion, sometimes it will make the problem a lot easier. You could avoid all this multiplying and dividing over here. Okay, I hope that helped with the homework. I'll see you tomorrow.